We have heard similar speeches like this one, and 9 out of 10 times he is always good in articulating the plan, his wishes, but he has no team to implement all his wish list. So I won't be surprised that come December this year, there's going to be little you are going to see on what he has said. It's worse when he's talking about a need to appoint a minister of electricity in the presidency. To do what? Why can't he just appoint a DG level, someone who is an engineer, to assist him in his office rather than appointing a minister to do what?
It's been a drain on our mega resources to keep the generators running when there is a stage 6 of load shedding. So we are very hopeful. It affects, a value chain of even safety of our medicines. Many equipments have been getting damaged, expensive equipment, which depends on steady supply of electricity. So we hope that if these interventions can materialize, we will be able to focus on our core business.
A repetition of promises that has never been kept. There was no clear action plan, and there was no policy around the promises that were made. But clearly, what the president did made a clear vote of no confidence to ministers Gwede Mantashe and Pravin Gordhan. We do not need a minister of electricity. We might end up with a minister of potholes, a minister of pit toilets. All we need is a decisive minister that will be able to deal with ESCOM and load shedding challenges under the Ministry of Minerals and Energy.
I think there's potential for a minister that is focused exclusively on the implementation of the National Energy Crisis Plan. There is potential that would help. Because I think the president didn't announce a new plan. He announced that we're staying the course to implement the plan that was announced in July last year. And that is a good thing, that we have a plan. Let's implement it no matter how difficult it is. But there has been some slippage in the implementation of that plan, and the president unfortunately didn't address it tonight.
When it comes to the president's speech, I think two things were really critical to pick out. Firstly, we completely reject the establishment of a state of disaster across the board. South Africans still have PTSD over the establishment of a state of disaster during the COVID-19 pandemic. And our view is that a state of disaster gives unfettered powers to the executive. The parliament has no oversight over the executive under some of those sections of the act. And also, more importantly, it allows government departments across the board to essentially subvert procurement processes as and when at will. And again, Parliament is not consulted about some of these things. And so we have already, because there were rumors that this was going to be coming and being announced, we've already briefed our lawyers, because we are of the view that this is something that needs to be challenged.